Do you know who Nan and Bert and Flossie and Freddie are? Let me tell you. My name is Maureen Donnelly. I was born in Traverse, and I lived near Islington and Bloor on Lothian Avenue. And I'd like to tell you about my love of reading. My earliest memory of reading is sitting beside my mom. She didn't sit down very often, but she would sit and read every now and then. And I would go and get a book from the cabinet where we kept our books, and I'd sit beside her and hold the book like she did. And when she turned the page, I turned the page. It didn't matter if the book was right side up or upside down. I couldn't read the words anyways, but I felt like I was reading. Later, I learned to love comic books. By the action, you could understand what was happening, and understanding it led to recognizing the words. My dad would ask me quite often to go run to the store and get cigarettes for him. And there was always a nickel involved for me. And with that nickel, I could buy comic books, and I really enjoyed the comic books. When I was very young, I'd get the action comic books because we could trade them on the street. I'd get Superman, Flash Gordon. I can't remember some of the others. I don't know if there was a Batman at that time or not. But as I got older, I found the Katie Keene comic books, and I really enjoyed those. She had the most beautiful clothes. As I got older, I graduated from comic books to chapter books. Every Saturday, my mom and I would walk over to Brentwood and Bloor to the Book Mobile. It would come once a week, where the Brentwood Library is now. And there I would find the first set of books I got into were the Bobbsey Twins, of course, and then Nancy Drew. And from there, I got into the Chalet School stories. These were wonderful books because they captured my imagination. There was mystery and excitement, and I could live in those books. I could relate to the people, and I wanted to be like them. Every Christmas, my grandfather would send us books from England. When we were young, very young, it would be the Rupert books, which were very comic-like. As we got older, he would send the Girls' Own Annual. I can remember when I was in kindergarten and I got my first Rupert book, and I took it to school for show and tell. I was so excited, just so proud of the book. And on the way home, you came down a very steep hill, and of course it was winter and covered with snow. And some of the boys had pieces of cardboard, and they would slide down the hill. I wanted to do that so badly. I didn't have any cardboard, so I sat on my Rupert book and slid down. Not once, not twice, but a few times. And then my poor Rupert book was very soggy around all the edges. My early experiences with reading and books led to my career as a teacher-librarian and my love of books today. And now, to answer the question, Flossie and Freddie and Nan and Bert were characters from the Bobbsey Twins, the first chapter books I ever read and enjoyed.